make weight loss easier. And I know what you're thinking right now, probably you have to eat less in order to lose weight. And that's absolutely true. Less calories. But I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean. And once I finish exactly saying exactly what I have to say, you'll understand exactly what I mean. It'll make complete sense to you. And if you're watching me on live right now, type number one down in the comments and let me know where you're watching me from. And before I get into this, I'm thinking about making something or creating something, a members only forum or website, whatever you want to call it. And if there's enough interest in this, I'll actually start working on this because I know a lot of people ask me for recipes where I don't have recipes to sell or any of that kind of stuff. But I'm thinking about making a members only private website or forum where it will have tons of recipes updated every single week, tons of training programs, different kinds of exercises that you can do for yourself, a lot of accountability and support, as well as me doing lives multiple times a week where I can answer your questions specifically to get the best results possible. So if you're interested in this, if I should actually start working on this, type me down below so I know there's actually, a need for this and I'll get to work on this. But anyway, so what do I mean by you have to eat more in order to lose weight? There's two kinds of problems with this. When somebody first starts to lose weight, or they get on a healthy kick, they want to lose 20, 30, 50 pounds, whatever it is, they go from eating a whole bunch of food that got them there to now eating maybe a quarter of the food as far as calories that they think they should be eating in order to lose weight. And what happens is they can't be satiated. They go from eating a ton, maybe 5,000 calories to eating 1,000 calories or 1,500 calories immediately from point A to point B. But what happens in reality is that this is not sustainable in any kind of way because what's going to happen is you will lose a whole bunch of weight the first week, maybe 2 weeks, even if you last that long. What's going to happen is this is not going to be sustainable. So once the first sign of cravings or your first urge to eat something that maybe you completely told yourself I can't eat while I'm losing weight, you will binge eat on it, you will overeat, and the same cycle will just repeat itself over and over again. So what you should do instead of just cutting your calories completely and trying to lose as much weight as possible from the beginning is to eat as much as possible. So, for example, if you lose weight on hypothetically 2,500 calories, then eat 2,500 calories. If you maintain your weight on 3,000, eat 2,800. That's amazing instead of eating 1,200 because sustainability is the most important part. And if you can't sustain your caloric requirements for the first 2 weeks, how are you going to do this for the rest of your life or for the next couple of years? Because it will take you a long time, which is why you should now look at this as a very zoomed in view. Don't try to lose as much weight as possible because even if you lose a bunch of weight, 20 pounds your first 2 weeks, do you realistically think that's going to be sustainable? There's no chance in hell it's going to happen. So you might as well lose 2 pounds a week by eating more and making it sustainable, then lose a bunch of weight and just fall off track and try a whole different diet or detox because sustainability is the most important part. And even 2 pounds a week, 3 pounds a week, that's over 100 pounds in a year, right? The vast majority of people don't have that much weight to lose in the first place, but they stay stuck in the same exact yo-yo cycle for 5, 10, 15 years because they keep trying to lose the same 20 pounds over and over again by doing crazy measures. But the second reason why you have to eat more is because I see this all the time. And somebody tries to lose weight and they think that I have to eat less. Let's say you don't count calories, right? Which is totally fine. You say to yourself, I have to eat less. So you eat tiny little portions, like something a toddler would eat. Maybe an apple, some applesauce, maybe one yogurt, and you think that's going to hold you off. Lunchtime comes around, you have a protein shake or a protein bar, and you think that you're doing good because you're eating so little, so you have to lose weight, and you do lose weight. But what happens at night? What happens on Friday or Saturday night when all these meals barely fill you up? You go downhill because you're not satiated, it's not sustainable, and you can't be consistent with it. So you have to look at your stomach as like a bag, essentially. And what's one of the biggest reasons why people fall off track when losing weight is they get hungry, their cravings kick in, and they go off the deep end and they eat whatever they previously restricted themselves from eating. So you have to fill up this bag, your stomach, with as much food as possible, liquids included, and just fill yourself up on as much volume of food, on slow digesting food as possible, because you have to prevent yourself from being hungry. And you can't prevent yourself from being hungry by eating tiny little portions that a toddler, maybe not even a toddler would eat, maybe like a cat or something like that, right? That's not, you're a human being. You have to eat more. So start your day off by eating a whole meal. If you like eating breakfast, eat breakfast. If you're not a big breakfast person, make your lunch an actual meal. Stop relying on snacks. Like don't treat a protein shake or a protein bar as a whole meal. Have a either a sit down meal or a meal that you can eat on the go, but make sure it has your essentials. It has your protein. It has like actual whole protein, not a protein shake. Maybe it has some vegetables. Maybe it has some, carbs, stuff that digests slowly, because food that digests slowly is better for weight loss. So instead of maybe having a lot of sugary food, not that sugar is bad, but you have your carbs from fruits and vegetables because that has fiber in it. It will digest slower. Because if you fill up your stomach or that bag on as much food, of volume of food and liquids as possible from the morning, you're going to effectively reduce the chance of you going off the deep end at night because you're satiated throughout the vast majority of the day. Whereas if you eat a tiny little meal for breakfast, maybe you skip lunch because whatever, I don't got to eat, I should lose weight faster, right? Once dinner time comes around, you're going to go and just eat everything in sight because you have to feed your body. You have to be satiated. So if you want to lose weight, you have to eat as many calories as you can while being in a calorie deficit. Again, if your body maintenance level, or maintenance calories rather, is 2,500, have 2,000, have 2,100, whatever you want to, but don't eat 1,200 right away. It's not going to be any good for you. And number two is you should try to fill up your stomach with as much food and liquids as possible. Water, diet drinks if you like that. I love my Coke Zero. Maybe you want some tea, some coffee. Large food, volume of food, while being calorie conscious, instead of trying to fill yourself up on little snacks here and there, some beef jerky, some string cheese or whatever it may be. So eat more. And what you're going to find is that you will be a lot more consistent. You're going to reduce the chance of you slipping up and just binge eating. And you're going to see a much more consistent and sustainable rate of weight loss. A pound or two a week is way better than 8 or 10 pounds a week, because 8 or 10 pounds a week, or even 5 pounds a week, is not sustainable long term. But a couple of pounds definitely is. So focus on that. And let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this video. I know a lot of people struggle with this, and this is the exact reason why I made this video, is because you have to start off on the right foot. So let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this video. And again, if you want to see me make that membership site, let me know down below, type me. I'll see if there's a need for it, and I'll see